Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey and I'm with the boys as per usual, and I have an absolute Giga Chad sitting next to me. Introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, also known as HasanAbi.
Yeah, and you normally talk about politics, but we're going to talk about anime instead.
Yeah,
that's where the real politics are.
Because we have found out Hassan is probably a massive weeb.
He tries to play it down, but I think he's a bigger weeb than some people in this room. I'll be honest.
I don't know what these guys are talking about.
Dude, literally upstairs, Hassan was like, "I've got assets. I'm ready to go."
I have a lot of great takes about anime that are spicy, but the only reason why I came on is because they said like, "Oh, Trash Taste," like they talk about podcasts. The first 5 episodes they stopped. So that's why I was like, "Oh, thank God." Okay, they're like a reformed weeb community.
Reformed. Like showing that weebs can function in society. It's important to show that.
Like normally I would go for permanent jail, but it's okay. It's understandable.
We're the only 3 in all of Japan that are functioning weebs.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess this is going to be one of the most anime-heavy guest episodes we've had on Trash Taste. So there we go.
Most likely.
Who would have thought?
I got some.
You saw. We have a Vash the Stampede statue. And you were like, I should draw him. What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to draw all the time when I was younger. Like my dad basically put an end to it. He was like, "You're not gonna make money doing this." But I literally, that's all I did when I was in high school. I would just sit down, math class. I would just draw on my notebooks.
Wait, this is before you actually watched Trigun, right?
No. This is I just watched the remake. I just started watching it.
Right.
But I had seen snippets of Trigun. I never actually watched the anime, but I thought it was so sick. Like I thought the characters looked so cool.
Vash does look cool.
Yeah, Vash is like such a sick looking character. Love the gun, and then also the cross gun too. The rail.
Oh yeah,
I love that shit.
Wolfwood's one. Yeah.
So I would literally draw characters from Trigun all the time without actually ever watching it. But recently I watched it and it's so good.
It's one of the, especially if you're watching the remake, it's one of the few 3D anime that actually look really fucking good as well. They use the 3D really well in that.
And it's like full 3D, which is unique, because the last time I saw full 3D anime, I think I swore off anime for good. It was the Berserk remaster.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think I'm good. I'm never gonna want to watch anything ever again.
You not only watch the 3D anime, you watch probably one of the worst ones.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Literally starting at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Like
Oh, the fuck?
Yeah, just press it like.
Oh, I thought there was like a segment on the podcast. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
And now...
Okay, thanks.
All right.
I mean, obviously they use assets, like they do 3D backgrounds and things like that, and you can tastefully put that in there sometimes, but this is like full-blown CGI.
Exactly.
And I wasn't expecting much from it, and I casually downloaded it right before the flight, and then instead of watching One Piece, I literally watched all of the episodes. And
hell
it's so good. I mean, I haven't finished it yet, but
yeah. I mean, Trigun, I think is I don't know. I had in my mind that I wasn't sure if it aged well, but watching the remake, I'm like, okay, this is a banger story, with a banger setting as well.
It's a remake or not a continuation? Or?
No, it's a remake.
Yeah,
right from the beginning. Yeah, so you can watch it as well.
I've already watched the first one.
Oh, okay.
So I remember it had a very weird ending though.
Yeah.
Very 80s ending.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it, obviously. But
don't. I don't, because I just legit don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of not aging well, okay, I got some anime takes.
All right. Let's go, baby.
I've never seen you so excited.
Okay, first of all, dude. Why are people like this? Are you okay? So many people are like this when they see. I'm gonna watch a snippet of this podcast that I was on. Why are you so mad? Like, why? What's wrong with you? I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's 2 hours long, but this is gonna be contentious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z does not age well.
Oh, the anime?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Thank God.
I agree.
I thought you guys were gonna fight. I thought you guys were gonna fight me on this because like I talk about this stuff in my community all the time, and people are like, "Dude, shut the fuck up, stick to politics." Yeah, they're like very mad at me, but
well,
DBZ still good? No, it doesn't hold which you'll hear in a second as to why I feel that way.
The thing is, Dragon Ball fans are some of the most passionate fans you can find in the community. So we love clowning on Dragon Ball fans. Maybe a bit too much sometimes, actually.
I mean, it's so easy.
It was my first like actual anime that I watched that I really got into anime with. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And I rewatched it. I tried rewatching it recently thinking like, oh, this is going to be sick. And then I realized like, oh, as a kid, when I was watching it, I was basically making up most of the fight sequences in my mind. It was like a puzzle piece that was missing. That was my own imagination. Because like when you're a kid, you're like thinking, oh, this is so well drawn. And then you watch it and they're reusing assets like crazy, like the punches. And in my mind, I'm thinking they're like throwing blows and like dodging. You know what I mean? Turns out like that wasn't the case at all. And then a fight sequence was like 11 episodes.
You have like 5 episodes of just them powering up. And then you're like
2 episodes of staring down.
And you're like, as a kid, this felt like 20-30 minutes. And then it was like 30 episodes or something.
Because how much skipping is like allowed until you're basically just not watching it at that point? Because I feel like if you wanted to skim through it and just skip through it, it's like, I guess for Dragon Ball, it's very hard to stop at any point and feel like you're getting content, right? It's all just like spread out.
True.
Yeah. So I mean, we've talked about Dragon Ball Z quite a lot on this podcast, and it has its lineage. It started a lot of shonen anime, which is fucking incredible. I would not rewatch Dragon Ball Z. You know?
No, I mean, it was literally my entry point in anime. The first ever anime I actually watched was dubbed in Turkey when I was growing up. It was Tsubasa.
Captain Tsubasa.
Holy shit. Hell yeah.
And I don't really like soccer like that. I don't really fuck with football. And but because Turkey loves football, they probably thought like this is a sick show to like distribute. And it was dubbed. It was dubbed in Turkish.
Right.
Okay.
And I did not like it at all, so I just never really watched any anime because I thought it was all like random soccer stuff. And thank God for Dragon Ball. It like brought me back in.
Was the anime scene big in Turkey? Did you get a lot of exposure to anime? No. I wouldn't imagine so.
No.
Right.
Like I didn't even understand the distinction between anime and like Western, like Western animated shows. At all. Like I just thought it was another drawn show with like weird eyes.
Well, because it was probably all on like the same channel as like all the other Western cartoons as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And growing up when I was watching it, I like obviously maybe some
literally. For me, I thought like, what's up? When I was a kid, I was like, what's up with the eyes? You know what I mean? Like, I guess this is just like, it's like Simpsons, but like instead the eyes are drawn differently. It's like very hard to comprehend as someone who kind of grew up and like developed consciousness while anime was around and was like a part of your culture. You won't get it.
Western consuming my own shows targeted towards me. It definitely felt like they were really different and you couldn't really pinpoint why because you're a dumb kid. You don't understand the concept of dubbing. Dubbing just seems like magic. You mean other languages exist. No.
Well, there wasn't that much like, I'm thinking about it now, there wasn't exactly like a lot of Turkish cartoons anyway. So like everything is dubbed. So for me, like I said, I just thought it was like a little bit different. But it was the same thing. And then I realized when
like
I came
Smurfs.
to America and like saw all this like different branching out between anime and
like Cartoon
Western
Network and
stuff.
stuff.
Nah, back in the day, anime eyes were literally drawn like literal triangles. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, if you look at some like OG anime, Tsubasa being one of them, like anime definitely changed the way that they draw eyes a lot in recent years, like in the last, like I would say 10, 15 years. Whereas like super OG anime, the eyes are massive. You're like, what the fuck? Like it's like abrasive when you look at it. But then again, having said that, there were clearly animes that didn't do that even back then, right? It was MAPPA Productions that changed the way the eyes are drawn. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that, but like, that's when I realized like, oh, this is totally sick.
What was the anime you watched after Dragon Ball Z then?
It's been so long. I don't know.
He's just seen so many.
He's seen so many, of course.
I mean, I don't know. ones that are most memorable and are all also in my top anime. So probably like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of stuff I watched off of when I came to America in a summer or something. Because like there's no anime when I was growing up in Turkey at all.
Yeah.
Except for Tsubasa for some reason. So it was all like, what is it called? Toonami?
It's like Toonami, Adult Swim, that
Adult
kind
Swim.
of era.
Yeah, Adult Swim Toonami stuff. Yeah. So whatever they had on at night, that's what I kind of got into. But you know,
So when did you actually start getting into anime? And don't say you're not. Don't say you're not because
I don't know what you're talking about. I read the Naruto mangas when they would come out in America when I was in America in the summer.
Certified weeb right there. Already. The fact that you went to the manga.
Well, because for me it was like, I love this content. It's so unique. It's so different, and I can't get it in Turkey. So like I would park up at like a Borders. Literally, I would go to like a Borders or a Barnes and Noble, and I was like, oh damn, like you could just like sit here all day and just read these books.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. Because like at the time I'm old. I'm 31 years old. So like at the time I didn't even really think about how I could like we didn't have access to distribution networks we do now. You know, you got LimeWire and shit, but like that's half the time you're downloading malware on the family computer. So I didn't know. I didn't know how to like access it. So I would just like consume it as much as I could in the limited time frame.
You got what you took. And that was.
It's becoming increasingly harder and harder to avoid the weeb allegations. I feel like I fear that this episode might just completely body me with respect to me avoiding the weeb allegations.
Very similar. If you tried downloading anime off LimeWire, most of the time it was most of the time it was either out of order or hentai. It was
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. A lot of Bill Clinton.
It was. Yeah, I also never really got into digital. I can't do the digital reading. Like it has to be. Physical I don't know. Books. It has to be physical.
I'm
books.
Exactly the same.
It's just for some reason it doesn't hit for me in the same way.
It used to. I used to be like physical only, and I think reading on a tablet has like offset that a bit. I cannot read on a phone. Phone is like way too small of a screen.
It's like a lot of manga don't get adapted nearly quick enough. Like JoJo, for example, in English is like I think they're just starting part 5.
Oh shit! Already?
The official English translation.
Jeez.
We had like part 5 dub of the anime before we had part 5 English in the manga.
That's so weird.
Because I don't know why. I don't know why it's taking so long. Like
distribution, probably like, bigger audience.
It's insane that it takes that long.
Well, in the case of JoJo, they're probably reading and they're just like, "What the fuck is this? Like, how the hell am I supposed to translate this?
Like, is this allowed?"
It's like shit. We gotta. They have like board meetings for how to change the band names.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm going to skip some of this. Like I said, I want you guys to watch it anyway. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to show you one more part because we talk about One Piece. There's a couple notes that I want to hit here. It's a great podcast and I absolutely suggest you watch it. Leave a good comment in there. Hit it with a like, definitely. Cuz you know that shit's going to get counter brigaded. Bro, change your voice when you're not streaming so I know which Hasan is talking. Okay, got it. In the future, that's what I'll do.
One Piece love to pretend they're not like that, but One Piece fans are like,
my God. One Piece is way worse. I promise you, like, as someone who watched JoJo and is currently watching One Piece, One Piece was way worse with respect to, like, how much they were like, bro, you have to watch One Piece. And it's like a biblical text. Like it's too many episodes. So you're like, I don't have that kind of time commitment.
Which arc you on? I'm on the New Testament.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have that kind of time commitment. Like I can't do this. And then you get into it and you're like, oh my God, it's so good.
Yes, we did it, One Piece fans.
It's the OG cult in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like the most popular cult.
Yeah.
I have people now in my fan base that just like don't know me for politics, but just like listen to me talk about One Piece because like I have thousands of fan channels on YouTube, right? Like I don't have any IP or anything, so I'm like, whatever, let it ride. Who cares?
Yeah.
There's this one fan channel that made an edit about how I like used to talk shit about One Piece and I started watching it. And those videos independently, this channel's got like 10K subs or something, like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
That video got like 100,000 views on its own. And now he's just like detailing and documenting every single episode and every single arc that I like summarize basically as I'm watching it. And like there is a fan base for that
Oh yeah,
love One Piece. And
Yeah.
obsessed with everything.
which is a very political anime, Connor.
It's okay. Well,
It is a very political
what?
anime.
He told me One Piece is very political.
Yes.
what aspect?
Oh my God. Yes, I love this. Okay. This is going to piss off everybody, but I'm so right about this, even though like I'm no.
Okay.
Like, okay, first of all, every single arc, well, other than like the first couple of arcs, every single arc quite literally details like leftist politics, which I think Oda is. Oda is 100%. Oda is 100% a leftist, first of all. He has a Che Guevara photo in his studio. 100%. Look it up. Established fact. I have assets. I can pull it up.
I got the receipts.
Show. I want to see this.
I can pull this up. Okay, hold
all
on.
right.
What else? What else? What else?
Okay, so that's number one. Number two, which arc are you on? I don't want to like spoil anything.
He's
I
Thriller
just
Bark.
finished. I just
Thriller
finished,
Bark.
Water 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thriller Bark kind of sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. That's
Yeah,
like
everyone says
the
that.
ending
kinda
is
does.
great, but like everything
Yeah.
else is kind of mid.
Yeah.
But it's fine because
Yeah.
what comes after is so good.
Everyone says this.
Okay,
I'm tired
it's
of
so
hearing
good.
it.
He's
It's
right
so
though.
good. It's
He's
so
right.
good. It's so
Hold
fucking
up, let him
good.
cook. Let him cook.
So,
Let him cook.
But that means you watch Alabaster, right?
Yeah.
Which is definitely political, but like not as aggressively. But it's about like resource deprivation, things like that. But then Skypiea, which again may be a little bit too long as an arc, is quite literally about like indigenous populations being removed from their land and like violently trying to find autonomy and emancipation through violent means directly against like an
Right.
enemy that is much more powerful than them.
Right.
That is like, that's like a land back movement, which is inherently very political, very leftist.
I feel like I watched a different. I read a different.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to describe this to him. He's like, "What are you?" By the way, the funniest part is like I wasn't super familiar with the Revolutionary Army at this point, but like now that I know that, I am so right. You know what I mean? If this is like this sneaking suspicion over the course of many arcs has basically turned into like, oh, full blown. I was so right. I just like I kind of thought about it at first, but now it just like makes so much fucking sense. It's just it was like that all along. Yeah. I bring this up, don't worry. Talking about it's
I was
about
like, man, I saw funny gum man.
Yeah.
killed
No,
that
One
guy.
Piece is about having fun with your friends and being free.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
I mean, first of all, Luffy is a terrorist. I mean, he is. I mean, he literally is. He's fighting.
I hate that you're kind of right.
Yes,
I fucking hate that you're kind of right.
Yeah, he is a freedom fighter
Yeah.
in the most like honorable sense of the word.
Yeah.
He is quite literally fighting against an unjustifiable, corrupt military apparatus that is like holding the entire world hostage, the world government and the Navy. He's literally killing cops. Like he's killing sea cops, and motherfuckers are like, no, that's not politics. What do you mean? That's just like gum man having fun.
I mean, the thing is, like, I remember you saying this yesterday when we were having dinner, and I was just like, I think with One Piece, just because of the art style and just the way things are, haha, funny rubber man. Yeah. Of course, you can take it at that.
Yeah, Impera Down literally had Nazi uniforms, like straight up. Just, openly.
Level, and it's still very, very interesting stories. But if you break down some,
and what is it? What's the bridge? What's the bridge country? Wolf? What is it like? Wolf Mother or whatever? The bridge country is literally a concentration camp. Tequila Wolf. Yeah. Tequila Wolf is a concentration camp. An intergenerational concentration camp. It's a work camp.
Stuff that happens, half of it is
bridge country. I mean, it is. It literally is a country, an entire nation that is building this like bridge that is supposed to link islands together, and it's a concentration camp. It's such a sick side story. I haven't seen the rest of it yet.
Luffy going up against a corrupt government or corrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
bro, you need to start an anime analysis channel. Like,
Yeah,
I would legitimately watch like a
Luffy-
15-minute
why
breakdown of
Luffy
this.
is a leftist. And
Yeah.
No,
why
but it's
Luffy
like
would play Hogwarts Legacy.
yeah. It's I'm not even. Well, there's trans representation in that too, but we're not gonna get into that right now.
Yeah.
But as far as like Oda goes, I mean, there is the I think like Dragons. I mean, I don't want to like spoil anything, but Oda has talked about how Dragon's design was inspired in part by revolutionaries like Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
He has a Che Guevara photo in his office. I believe. Okay. I don't know this part yet. I'm not at that part yet, so I can't speak on this. Right. But I think Dragon's ship is literally the same name as Fidel Castro's ship.
Okay, but here's the thing. I think sometimes, especially when you see this a lot in Japanese manga.
Whoa, there's more. Dragon's birthday, October 5th, coincides with the date of the October Revolution in Russia where Vladimir Lenin took power. No way. I didn't know that part of it. Dude, there's so much. It's too much. Also, at this point, I hadn't seen the insane amount of trans representation. Oda was pro-trans when I was fucking transphobic. Oda was pro-trans when half of the trans chatters in this chat were literally unaware and had internalized transphobia. In Japan, this motherfucker wrote queer characters in like 2007 as positive characters. Think about that shit. That's incredible, dude. That's crazy. There were non-binary characters. There were like trans characters in like 2009. One of the best characters as a part of the like cool guys. I don't want to get into too much detail. Is literally trans. Ivankov, straight up. Their power is transing people. And obviously Bon Clay as well, but like Ivankov is like his power, his actual superpower is transing people straight up.
Sometimes authors will put shit in there just because it looks cool.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right? Sometimes it's like, the curtain is blue kind of like argument. Sometimes you look at something and it's a reference to some...
Can't believe I was subconsciously being trans and made leftists before I knew what those things were.
Western media or Western history. And a lot of the times it's just... Japanese people find Western things that find Western things cool.
It's too many. It's too many coincidences. Listen. The Bolivarian Revolution in Cuba was conducted with a yacht that was used to transport 82 fighters of the Cuban Revolution from Mexico to Cuba. Okay. The yacht's name is Granma, without a D. Granma, which is the exact same. Is the exact same name as a Dragon's ship. Like come on, that's not like that.
For the record, what I didn't know at the time was like I didn't have enough details about Dragon. Now knowing what I know about Dragon, I know for a motherfucking fact that like, yeah, at the time I didn't know enough about like the Revolutionary Army, shit like that. Like now that I have watched more of the show, it's like so obvious. Conspiracy minded Hassan? No, it's not a conspiracy, dude.
He didn't just see that and was like, because like you have to be like really invested. You have to be a weeb for communism to like put that in there.
I think he's just a weeb for history. Honestly, like with the amount of lore that One Piece has, One Piece has some of the most intricate world building in my opinion, any piece of media.
Oh, absolutely.
It's obviously one of the most intricate worlds in anime and manga, but I think it's up there with like some of the best worlds that have been in any like book, movie, or TV series, right? And you can't do that without doing a fuck ton of history on just the history of the world. Being
for sure
being inspired by a lot of events that might have taken place in real world history.
I'm just saying it points too many fingers in one direction. Here's a photo from Oda's office space where he has like his airsoft guns and then like a photo of Che Guevara right in there. I'm just saying,
dude, he's come prepared.
I have the receipts. If you want to see it.
My dude has his flashcards out for his anime lecture. You will never beat the weeb allegations, bro. I'm just saying, like, if I'm not gonna beat the weeb allegations, at least I can fucking do it justice. Okay.
Okay. I mean, airsoft's pretty popular in Japan.
Yeah.
Well, he's still giving Oda the benefit of the doubt. He's like, he's just really into airsoft. That's all.
It's really popular here.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's definitely a spicy one because like a lot of people watch anime and like don't really think about like who's making it or how they're making it or what they intend to do with their art. So like, I know a lot of people will watch that and still be like, "Yo, fuck that." That's not the case.
A lot of people view anime as being almost non-political.
Yeah, an escape from.
Yeah. I think people view it that way. I mean,
which brings me to Vinland Saga Chapter 2, Season 2.
Okay, so you like Vinland Saga?
I love Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga is incredible.
Amazing.
We talked. You did an interview with the author of it.
Yeah.
Is that the right term? Or
Yeah, the author. Yeah,
Mangaka author.
The mangaka. And it's really interesting what he told you, especially because like the first season was sick.
Yeah.
And the second season is just like all about farming for some reason. And then you're like, what the
it's
fuck?
about farming. It's more.
But it's not.
Oda famously made fun of a Japanese ultranationalist hero too. Wait, is that the one that killed the communists on television? Are you talking about the fascist dude with a katana? Dude, I don't know enough about Oda. I literally have read zero into Oda. I'm just looking at his. The thing is, Giga is right. Anime such as JoJo or Death Note regularly reference Christian aesthetics because Japanese people find them interesting. Some even reference Nazi aesthetics, like JoJo did, in somewhat positive light, like JoJo did. Whereas One Piece focuses almost entirely on leftist ideology and aesthetics. Exactly. Like, One Piece's ideology straight up is Ancom. Like, it's like Kropotkin shit. Anyway, Vinland Saga is so good. By the way, it's gotten so much spicier now, finally. Like, I liked the second season's first couple of episodes, obviously, because, you know, there's a lot of political undertones, which I get into, okay, in this conversation, but it has also gotten, like, way, way more spicy as well. Bro, there's, like, we're talking not even enclosures, but we're talking, like, straight up forced expropriation, but it's not technically expropriation either, like, made by the king. Like, there's just so much going on there. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, and then I dropped my Attack on Titan is a mecha anime take in here.
Question. Is fucking Ratatouille a mecha?
Could be. No, good question.
Okay.
No.
Because if Attack on Titan is, Ratatouille's a mecha.
Okay, that's
He's
a good question.
Piloting him.
Technically, it could be.
Oh my God.
Technically, it could be. But if AOT is not mecha, then what about Evas?
See, there's a part
They're
of me.
organic. They're aliens.
But they're also,
First of all, spoilers.
Okay.
Second of all, like, I don't know. Ava for me is really weird because it's like at first glance, it tries to present itself as a mecha.
Yeah.
But then the further you go along, you realize it's not a mecha. It's just a fucking sci-fi.
No, Joey. Ava, wait. You're not gonna. We're not going down this road.
Ava is a sci-fi.
Joey, Ava is a mecha, and I don't know. I don't know how you can. No, Joey.
Ava is a sci-fi.
I'm about to cancel the anime man right now, Joey.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
I knew this was gonna be spicy.
Get in the mecha. You know, get in the Ava. Okay,
Attack on Titan
Ava.
is not a mecha anime.
Why not?
Because they don't get in like a robot.
But they are in the robot.
No,
they are
They are
okay, the
literally
biggest difference
controlling.
transform.
Yeah.
It's a flesh mecha. You are controlling a flesh mecha in almost an identical way.
I've never been so sweaty in my entire life, dude. I mean, I went on one of the largest anime podcasts on the planet and just debated them for 2 fucking hours. Debated them for 2 hours over the intricacies of popular genres. not only on the boundaries of like politics, but quite literally on like things that people love talking about, like anime lovers love talking about. All 4 is Mecha. The anime debate pervert, Jesus Christ. This is why it's hard to tell how much I enjoy your content. Your friends don't need to see this, okay? But there are plenty of people, especially who love anime, who I think would benefit from hearing my worldview and my style of politics. Oh, we talk about the 18-year-old thing here as well. I laid down some of my hottest, spiciest takes.
Oh, what other shit takes do you have?
What else do I have? I have like notes. Okay.
Oh my god.
It's the most prepared a guest has ever been on Trash Days.
Yeah. No. I mean, I most of it I used up already.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I have I have one where it's just like I call it the Zelda principle. This one's like spicy, where I feel like Zelda, which is not an anime, but it's still Japanese art, video games.
Yeah.
Where I feel like Zelda doesn't have to be 17, but they say she is. And it's like, that's one thing where I'm just like, but why did you say she's 17? Like, they say it like multiple times throughout the game. They're like, but know that she's 17. I'm like, well, you didn't draw her like that. Like, why do you have to? Like, you just say she's 18. Yeah. It's fine. It's the same age range. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I hate this stuff too. Have you ever watched Tokyo Revengers?
No.
It's about like biker gangs. And they beat and kill each other, but they're 14.
Well, then you have JoJo, which is like, which is hilarious because like no one even thinks that they're 15, and it's almost like a joke. It's like a self-referential joke where it's like,
of course,
he'll just be like, "I'm 15, by the way," and he's like built like a 35-year-old man who's like taking steroids for the past 10 years.
I mean, Bucky does the same thing, right? Like Hanayama Koda's 15, but he's like fucking tatted up, like scars everywhere.
So is Jotaro Kujo in part 3.
Yeah, he's 17.
Yeah.
In that part.
Yeah, and they point to it, and you're like, okay, well, that's just silly. Like, I
feel like at that point you almost just disregard the age because like the age is obviously just bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
Like, because the character, like, what do you take more? Because online there's always this discussion of, but that character's this age. It's like, well, are we talking personality and looks of the character determine more of the age, or is it purely whatever the guy says it is?
Yeah, no, you got dudes with like full facial hair, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm 17, by the way. Make sure you understand, I'm 17." I'm like, "No, you're not. What the fuck are you talking about?"
I think what's weird.
You would not get carded.
This pod mysteriously does a cut at the Shinzo Abe talk. Wait, really? Oh, we talked about Durarara with the reference to Japanese animes not doing a good job with like I brought this back where I said like One Piece does a pretty good job of like showcasing diversity, which is sometimes non-existent. Yes, I have watched it. And then he brought up the Gaunt scene. But and is anime political? Hassan, does Hassan watch adult cartoons? We have a whole hentai. We have an entire conversation about censorship of penises and vaginas in Jav. We had a big chunk. Hassan feels like an idiot. And then that's it. Is this paywall? No. What was your take on Durarara? I have no bad takes on Durarara. I was just bringing that up as like as an example of like sometimes Japanese authors missing the mark on like drawing black characters. Like this guy. Okay. Blackbeard is black. He's from Somalia, according to Oda. Really? Shinzo Abe cut is at 43.25. Wait, really? Where? Mori's and the weebs and shit, because like they all isn't that a thing?
Oh my god.
Japan's birthright problem by himself, man. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Shinzo Abe could never. Isn't that a thing? I thought he like didn't like the hikikomoris and the weebs and shit, because like they
didn't
do is
cut
like
it.
watch hentai instead of fuck. That's what I've heard.
Boys, shut the hell up for a
No, they didn't. I don't think they cut it.